So, despite the fact that I have my hands full at the moment with content to upload to my channel, I'm working on a few videos at the moment. I've also kind of relapsed into being sick, unfortunately. Woke up today not feeling very well, but I wanted to do a commentary on the most recent SPECTRE trailer, because although I haven't really talked about it at any point in my channel, I'm a very big Bond fan. I've read a few of the Ian Fleming books, although I can say that I've been a bigger fan of the movies, despite the up and downs of these movies. The first Bond film I saw, and it's still my favorite film, is Goldfinger. I think Goldfinger is the staple in my mind in Bond films. There's just so much about that film that is great. The villain, the aesthetics of the film, the story, the dialogue. There's just so much about, even, Pussy Galore, the Bond girl. There's so much about Goldfinger that is great. And it's unfortunate that, the recent era of Bonds, whether it's Pierce Brosnan, his era, which was not strong, or Daniel Craig, which, despite the insistence of people that like Casino Royale, liked Quantum of Solace, I thought those two movies were fucking garbage. They were interchangeable with any fucking recent action flick. Take out James Bond and put in any fucking action star. Would have been the difference. Really, that's the problem with Daniel Craig, is that up until Skyfall, he's been interchangeable with any fucking action movie star. There's just been really nothing special about him. But Skyfall, in my mind, where it really served as a reboot to the franchise, that is what I've been waiting for since my childhood. Despite the redeeming qualities of Jonathan Pryce and Tomorrow Never Dies.
And by midnight tonight, I'll have reached and influenced more people than anyone in the history of this planet, save God himself. And the best he ever managed was a Sermon on the Mount.
You really are quite insane.
The distance between insanity and genius is measured only by success.
Despite a few moments where Brosnan shined as James Bond, I've just been waiting for there to be some kind of moment where the writers and the people that own the rights to this franchise realized, like, hey guys, this franchise has run its course. We have gone off the rails. We've just been jerking off to fucking technology and military power and all this bullshit that is not. It's not dealing with intrigue. It's not dealing with being a spy. It's not dealing with the old age Cold War kind of intrigue. We've just totally lost that narrative, and that's all the Ian Fleming books were about. That's all this was about. It was being a spy. That was what made him strong, was his wits, was being able to get out of a situation, being crafty, also being charming and tough, but just being able to utilize his jack-of-all-trades approach to getting out of situations, whereas now it just became, oh, here's the brain, here's him utilizing technology, here's this guy that is tough as nails, and he's going to just plow through any given situation. It just lost its fucking flavor, and the reason why I'm being so negative at the moment is that this new SPECTRE trailer, where I was impressed off of Skyfall, I finally thought that they would be getting back, and then what do I see in this trailer? I see 5 seconds given to SPECTRE, and then every other minute of this trailer is just one long fucking sequence of boring car chases. Boring, nothing in the way of showing that this is actually about a criminal organization attempting to take over the world. That's what this should be about. Where's Blofeld? Where is fucking SPECTRE? The name of the fucking film is SPECTRE. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to fucking see here. I want to see this criminal organization. Okay, good, they're bringing back henchmen. That's phenomenal. But for fuck's sake, where are the things that made these old movies great? It wasn't just the action. That's been the problem. You need the fucking intrigue. You need the fucking fact that this guy is a spy. He doesn't have to be the fucking super soldier, which is interchangeable with any other fucking action movie. I mean, maybe the old age of Bond is gone. where now it's just a matter of, okay, we have some exposition and then we just go into action sequences. I am perfectly content with action films. I love Bruce Willis. I love the Die Hard franchise. I'm not opposed to action movies. Why is there so much intermingling between action movies and Bond films at this point? There is no Bond film that is not just a pure fucking action flick at this point. I'm totally fine with there being action sequences, but for fuck's sake, give me some reason to see this movie as being about this criminal organization, not just utilizing the name, not just utilizing the fact that I used to fucking enjoy the old movies in which Bond was trying to prevent a supervillain from taking over the world. If this is just going to be another Tomorrow Never Dies, where you have a well-cast villain attempting to take over the world in some capacity, attempting to control information or control the powers that be to some capacity, don't use the fucking word Spectre then. Call it something else. Because Spectre has a very specific connotation in this fucking franchise. They know this. The writers fucking know this. And the fact remains is that this movie series has been spiraling up until, in my opinion, Skyfall. Skyfall was the one redeeming film of fucking Daniel Craig in this fucking franchise. I'm going to tell you right now that in November, when I see this fucking film, I really hope I don't have to make an angry rant about this fucking film, about how they blew it, about how they restarted the franchise, came back to this organization. They have fucking Christopher Waltz. They have someone that could be a serious fucking villain in this series. And they could have made it about any other organization. They could have just invented a new one. But they insisted on bringing back this old one. They insisted on bringing back Blofeld's organization. And nothing in this film says that it's Spectre attempting to take over the world. Nothing is saying that this organization is attempting to use some sort of master plot to gain control of the UN, gain control of all the world organizations. Nothing has said that so far, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some sort of plot to take over the world. Maybe they just don't want to spoil it, but for fuck's sake, sell me on this film. Sell me on the fact that this is supposed to be a fucking Bond film and not another action movie. Not just one more interchangeable movie where you thrown the fucking Batista in. If I wanted to watch Batista, I watched WWE. I've really been disappointed with these most recent films because it's just, at least with the Brosnan films, despite all their crazy action, there was some serious Bond flair. There was some serious moments to where they've actually called back and paid homage to the old films, where it was actually about, the Cold War to some extent, despite the fact that it's now the 90s. It's now the aughts, where we're no longer in the Cold War. They still called back to it. But now it's just like, if you're going to call back to this organization that mattered so much in the Ian Fleming novels, that mattered so much to the old Bond films, you've better fucking pay homage to that era, to those line of books, to what this organization was. You can't simply just invoke the name and just make it one more fucking Daniel Craig action movie. Now, I was more impressed with the previous trailer than I was with this one, where they showed more. It just wasn't impressive, in my opinion. And I hope that I'm wrong about this. I hope that I'm wrong about this and that they actually will make this a serious fucking movie, using this organization as it should be used. Actually plotting for global domination, not fucking just being one more organization, one more group of bad guys that could be anybody, could be fucking any organization, could be any people. They have a serious actor that could be an awesome villain in this series. They have an organization that could really cement Daniel Craig as a decent fucking Bond, rather than just any interchangeable fucking action star. But from this most recent trailer, I'm just not impressed. So I think I'll just, keep it there. But maybe I'll come back to this and talk about some of the older Bond movies and what I liked about them. But, so far, I'm just not all that impressed from what I've seen for this movie.